And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
319. Wide left. Set the tone, defense.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to get it there to Vernon Davis, the tight end. And it'll bring up 3rd down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Here's Rodgers to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And the kick by Butker is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. And, Charles, they get the field goal. Took them a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Watch 7. Hey, alert. Lucky. Corner. Check 4.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Von Miller leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6.
Blitz. Sack lunch, baby. Yum. Watch 42. Check 42. Hurry up, let's go. Easy. Kings. Check 31.
Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. Flush to his right.
Check 24.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
3 down. Hey, check. 3 down. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. And Ben goes down in the end zone, and that'll be a safety. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Now the punter Dixon out to kick it off. And an alley to run.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
319. In motion, the tight end.
But we got to stand up over there.
And to give this time to the tailback. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Here's Rodgers looking to throw on second down. Steps away to his left, and he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. So this offense really needs to make something happen here late in the fourth with the football. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. That's Jones. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning.
Tight left. Out. 3 down. 319. 45's the fight.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this.
Tight ends on the Lucy. Tight ends on the Lucy. Tight ends on the Lucy.
Jumbo!
3 down. 3 down.
Quick.
Check 52.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here.
Tight end left. 3 down.
319! 319!
45 is Mike. 45.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves them with third and just a couple.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The Chargers on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
We got three.
319! 319!
Check 99.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 4th down. And Butker able to put this one through. But wait up now, a flag is down. If this is on the defense, they're going to get the first. So the chain gang now done for the drive. Ball on the 10, 1st and goal.
Alert.
319!
And to give this time to the tailback. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And the 8th play on this drive coming up.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right.
319!
Check, go get him. Go get him.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside.
Double tight. We got 3 down.
319.
And they will take a knee and set up what would be a potential game-winning field goal try. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And his kick is right there. It's good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So there was a little meat on that bone, a little more than a chip shot considering the circumstances, but he's able to bang it home in what should be the game winner.
And the key was getting him into a good position to kick from. I mean, if that's a 52-yarder, you're going to have some anxious moments, but kickers nowadays, you give them anything under 40, and they're automatic. Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
Double tight.
Alert.
Three down.
Black 5.
Check three.
4 down.
Check the backer.
One last shot for Roethlisberger. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis ready for this Madden Ultimate Team matchup as you get a peek at some of the big players in today's game, and you're a big player in today's game as well. Let's get the party started. Greg Zuerlein now. He'll handle the honors to get us started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Watch tight end. Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
Time running out here on the play clock. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
To throw on second down, Rodgers. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11.
Easy.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here.
Trips.
Let's go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
I got it.
And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Let's go.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Back to throw here.
3 down.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, good footwork on the spin. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six, we'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him as they told us. They've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And they'll get him down here at the 23. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Let's go!
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Steps away. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Mike Singletary in there to get him for a loss of 5. And the offense now will try to regroup after the sack on second down.
Let's go!
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up fourth.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, you better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on third downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion.
Check 88.
Let's go! Blue,
Single,
J2! J2!
single.
Half! J2!
Watch out,
J2!
watch out.
Let's go! J2! J2! J2!
Crunch.
Let's go! Blue, 58! Blue, 58!
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Check.
So they bring their punter out there now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone.
Out.
They do go for it. It's Brady. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It's a big play that time on the fake punt. And they're able to move the chains as they convert on 4th and long.
36.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Moss. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall near the 48-yard line. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to...
Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and our drive continues here to start quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Tight end to the right, boys. Tight end to the right. Move.
Let's go!
They'll look to throw now on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 26, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Bring him in. We got 3 down. Hey,
No.
fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
Bring up. Green 19's on.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
All right.
Check 43.
On first down, Rodgers. It's caught by Mike Evans. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
58, hey, 50.
We got 4.
Rodgers to throw on second down. Wide open, it's Allen, complete. And he is knocked down from the side, right near the 27. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
319.
Hey, boys, we got 4. 4 down.
Shift.
Watch that.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
319.
They'll run it now out of the gun. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Woo! You got him. You got him. You got him. Watch tight. Tight ends right. Watch tight. Tight ends right.
Scat 300. Scat 300.
Hey.
Get reset. Hey,
we got 4. We got 4 down.
Hey,
4 down.
Hey, Lex.
He's coming.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Really good, smart play by the defense, understanding 3rd and short, guarding the first down sticks, and being able to make a play on the football and bat it down.
And Zerline's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, but the net gain, 3 points.
And you're going to have drives like that in this league. Sometimes you just got to take the 3 and move on. Always better than nothing.
After the made field goal, Zerline back out there now to send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Room to run past midfield. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. First down now, but the clock continues to move.
Let's go.
Back to throw now on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Blue 58.
No. Off.
J2.
Now back to throw. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to fourth down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's third down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
J2. Let's go. Blue. Shift.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Moss. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This from 42 yards out. And Zerline's kick is good. A lightning quick halftime. These guys hardly made it to the tunnel. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here they come, the road team now getting the football first to start this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
Wide, get wide.
Let's go.
They'll try to run for it. This is Juszczyk. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. So it'll be first down here after the run.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
Let's go.
They'll set up to throw. Dancing to his left. Now a loose football. The ball comes out.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Let's get it.
The fumble, but they're able to maintain possession. Now it's second down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Yeah, baby.
They tried to run it to the short side of the field. There just wasn't a whole lot of room to work with.
Yeah, it seems like things just kept getting strung out towards the sideline, and he kept looking for a spot to dive up into the gap. There just wasn't one, so that turned into nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
And no gain. The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is third and 7.
Check safety.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some big-time hitting going on there. He is knocked to the ground. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on fourth down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. It's a gain of 5. And on fourth down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. Fresh set of downs here.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right.
Let's go. J2.
3 down.
Now a play fake here on first down. Trying to lay one up deep. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
He's checking. Crash.
So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain there on first and 5, and it leaves him with a more standard second down.
Okay, we got 4. Let's go, fellas. We got 4 down. Let's go.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
59.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Now the offense lining up first and 10.
Watch tight end.
Wide left.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys with a football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the fourth. Offense comes to the line now, first and 10.
Hey, we got tight left.
Check 30.
4 down.
Hey, 50.
Tighten up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. The play clock's running down. On second down, here's Rodgers. Flushed out right. And his throw here's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And it's third down.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. Play clock winding down. On third and long, it's Rodgers. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Here's Johnny Hecker now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. They'll need to get the play off quickly. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Let's go, J2.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. A gain of 3, second down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this.
Tight end right. Tight end right.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Brian Dawkins, the safety, with a pick. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
Well, when he feels the pressure, naturally he likes going to his left, as most left-handed quarterbacks do. But this time he tries to let this go on the run, and it's going to wind up getting intercepted.
Easy. 4 down.
Over.
49, check 49, check 49.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Now, defensively here, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Tight end to the right, boys. Tight end to the right.
Blue 58.
In motion is the tight end, Graham.
Alert flow.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. And before this play happens, we're going to get a timeout here. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Double tight.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
Double tight. Hey, boys, we got 4. 4 down.
Blue 15.
The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee.
Double tight. 4 down. Check. 4 down.
Move 58 to the line.
The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee. The Cowboys on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 now.
The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium. That's certainly Charles and I set for this Madden Ultimate Team matchup as we get a peek some of the stars in today's game. Well, will they be stars? Will you be a star? We'll find out. Let's play. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. Able to push his way through. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
It's all right.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Watch tight. Tight ends right. Watch tight. Tight ends right.
Green 8, leg. Green 18.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Hey, we got tight left. Watch tight end. Watch tight end.
Let's go, let's go.
Key the tight end.
Hey, 88.
Four down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field. And that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Shadow. Check 25. Check 25.
Shift together here from the D-line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
In motion right is Jones.
That's it, baby.
Jones now in motion left. Now Brady throwing on 2nd down. Looking deep for Julio. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively.
20.
On 3rd down, LaDainian Tomlinson. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
20.
Alabama.
They'll go for it. It's Brady. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. A very solid gain of 27.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Tight end left.
Green 30.
And he motions the wide receiver.
Green 19.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And to the right side here, it's Allen. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Second and 5. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Jumbo. Move 58 to the on.
Four down.
All right.
Alert.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And able to find Graham, complete. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Watch tight end.
319. 319. Box it.
To throw is Rodgers. Throwing on 3rd and long. Allen's got it over the middle. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. And the first play will be a field goal try. This from 54 yards away. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. And we were scoreless up until this point in the second quarter. Now we finally have a little action.
Let's see where this action takes us. First quarter, no points at all. Now we've got our first score of the game. Well, does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along, or will it revert back to what we saw in the beginning of the game?
And he is out of bounds here on the return. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
Orange!
Check 24.
Regular. 55!
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Now it's Jackson. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Regular. 51. Hey, blue 20. Blue 20.
They run again with Jackson. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Check 3.
52. Hot. 20. 20. Easy.
Throwing on first down is Brady. Looking downfield for Jones. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Brian Dawkins, the safety, with a pick. And he's got some space here. The 20, 10, 5. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
My bad, guys.
That's certainly not something we see often from number 12, Tom Brady, although we did see it in Super Bowl 51.
And that's why it's so memorable, because of what you just said. It doesn't happen. Gain as a defense, not only picking off Tom Brady, but pick 6. Oh, boy, you feel good about yourselves.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down.
Hey, we got tight left. Hey. Set 3. We got 3. 3 down.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And complete to Zach Ertz. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Zach Ertz, the man in motion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Check, 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 check.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. Zach Ertz, the man in motion. They'll run it now out of the gun. They find some open field here. And he is leveled. Knocked down hard at the 49.
Well, that's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
On first down, Wade. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Dontari Poe. With a great push up front, he picks up the sack and a loss of 8.
Come. Houston. Kill.
Looking to throw on second down. Wade. And Thomas has it. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. First down now, but the clock continues to move.
Set.
Wide,
Eddie.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Looking to throw. Wade. And an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Beeville.
3 down,
Set
3 down.
Mathis.
Check.
Set. Blue. 80.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some space here. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Alpha.
Wade in the red zone here on first down. Forced out to his left. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
They'll run it with Jackson, and he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense.
Strong right.
Set. Blue 18.
4 down. Check.
Now it's the backup Mariota.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, first down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
Hey, boys, we got 4.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. Time for a break. All right, hang on here. We'll jump over halftime. Just let the system and graphics catch up. Okay, all set. Third quarter now. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. 2nd down, Mariota. Now he's forced out right. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. So a 2nd down incompletion now brings up 3rd down.
Tight end right, tight end right. We got three, fellas, we got three.
Three.
Zach Ertz, the man in motion.
Hey, alert three.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right.
1.
Slam.
On 3rd down, Mariota. He's going to air one out.
Joker.
And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Shreds the tackle. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
3 down.
Time running out here on the play clock. Now a handoff here to his running back. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So after the mistake by the offense, it cost him 5 yards, and now 1st and 15. They'll toss it to Coleman. 4 yards there on the carry, gets it back to 2nd and 11.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
And the play clock's running down. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. It's caught outright by Graham. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
And he's got room. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And an alley to run. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there, 40 yards. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 21. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And out now come the Cowboys. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
That one goes for 16 yards. It sets them up first and goal. Back now at Soldier Field. It's the Cowboys with a football. They'll be looking to tack onto their lead as we get set for the fourth. Now they'll run it on the toss. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Play clock winding down. A handoff as they run the counter play. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On 3rd down, it's Coleman, and he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This is an easy one, 23-yarder.
Let's get it.
And Zerline's kick is good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the fourth.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
After the made field goal, Zerline back out there now to send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Blue 18.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Easy.
And the back goes into motion. Now a 2nd down throw for Mariota. Looking deep for Julio. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Brian Dawkins, the safety, with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this.
All day, baby, all day. 319.
They run the counter now on first down. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach, he's in big trouble.
A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Watch tight end. We got 4.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Coleman. Room here to run. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him to dinner either.
To throw is Rodgers. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Tony Jefferson in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room, get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. We are set, ready to rock for this Madden Ultimate Team matchup, and these guys on your screen ready to rock as well. Some of the stars of today's game, and speaking of the game, let's get right to it. Greg Zuerlein now. He'll handle the honors to get us started. And off we go from uptown Charlotte.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
Let's go. Flex round.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. Shift together here from the D-line. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Boom! That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy. Break. Tight end right.
Ohio.
3 down.
Let's go.
From the gun, Moon. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Hurry up. Check 30.
6 guy. Check 6 guy.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got to jump here. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Key to tight end.
Wide left.
4 down.
No.
Check. 4
Go
down.
right.
4 down.
Green, you done?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to maneuver. Finding room inside the 40. And they'll get him to the ground, but he got all the way down to the 30-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
All right, I've got to be careful here, all right? He's on the plus side of 30. There may be a little gray in the beard, but that's not slowing down his feet as far as he's concerned.
What are you saying? I'm on the plus side of 30.
Well, if you're on the plus side of 30, you don't know what I'm on the plus side of. All I know is that run right there let us know there's still some life in those legs.
Absolutely. Still got a lot of life left in those legs. See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Strong left.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. And to give this time to the tailback. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. A great effort there. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. Zerline out now to kick this one away. And now out comes Minnesota.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the
Ohio!
right. Move.
Let's go! Ohio! Ohio!
We got three down, three down.
Let's go!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Check.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Here we go!
Off the play fake. Moon looking deep downfield. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And he's got his target. It's Vernon Davis. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
Watch tight.
Ohio!
Tight end right.
Here we go!
Throwing on first down. Moon.
Check three.
And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
Turn it up. Kill.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Flex round! Come on, let's go!
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Moon. Eluding the pressure right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Hey!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And now running right through him. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And they're going to lose some on this play, being knocked back to the 18. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
Callie!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down. You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
And Zerline's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. J.J. Watt in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Single, 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 single.
Here we go.
To throw on 2nd down, Moon. Now he's going to send this one deep right. And got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They give him a gain of 38.
Tight end's Ringo. Tight end's on the Ringo. Tight end's
Come on, let's go. Flex round. Flex round.
3 down, 3 down.
On 1st and 10, Moon.
25. Check 25.
And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard. Two minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this.
Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Here we go. What? No. Ohio.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Moon.
Shit.
Being chased out left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
From the gun on 3rd down, Moon. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. On 1st down, Moon. Escaping the pressure right. Now the ball comes loose.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you've got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think...
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Now a play fake here on first down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming
Flex
after
round! Flex round! Here we go! Flex round! Flex!
To throw on second down, Moon. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store.
Man left, man left.
Ohio!
Hey, hey, hey. We got 3. We
Ohio!
got 3. 3 down. 3 down.
Throwing again. Moon. Uncorks one for Davis. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Night Train Lane. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. And Larry apparently very brief in his report. Thanks anyway, my man, as we're already set for action. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively, just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Second down following the run.
Watch tight end.
Oko over here.
Time running out here on the play clock. Here's Coleman on the toss. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Go, go, go. They running.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Brandon, that play certainly felt like what I call a tendency breaker. 1st and 10, they dial up a draw play. That's not a normal situation, but give credit to the defense. They weren't fooled at all and really finished off the play.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front? Creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility.
Flushed out right. And Adams has it complete. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Watch left, watch left. Tight end
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making the play there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Easy. Hey, 88.
Under 10.
Hurry up.
10.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Cowboys with a football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the fourth. And the eighth play on this drive coming up.
Tight end right.
319.
Hey. Four down.
Over.
Shift.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And he hits his running back, Tevin Coleman. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. They'll run it now out of the gun. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And this seemingly endless drive continues. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. So now facing a 3rd and 16 following back-to-back running plays that went in the wrong direction.
Hey, check 26.
Watch the safety creep.
Easy.
Working from the gun, Rodgers.
Here they come.
The connection made, it's Graham. And this time not quite to the 30, it'll be down at the 31-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And this one is right down Broadway. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give him some breathing room and lets him build up a little cushion.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And now out comes Minnesota. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Going up top. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 26. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 49 yards. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
Flex round. Flex round.
Throwing on first down. Moon.
Check three.
He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left, and he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
Well, to say that this has not been his game is probably a big understatement. I mean, he is all over the place. Mechanics are off, not accurate, except if you're playing on defense, because they picked off a good number of passes.
Yeah, all the INTs, but they're throwing it off his back foot. Pressure coming, just chucking it downfield. He can't do that right now. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Brian Dawkins, the safety, with a pick. He's at the 50, the 30, 20, 10, 5. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And now out comes Minnesota. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Let's go.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Moon. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Mike Singletary in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. And the defense will try and pin their ears back and get pressure again here after the sack. It's 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Moon. Throw left side complete. That's Moss. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Moon. Now he's flushed out left. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Myles Garrett able to drop him for a loss of 4. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And now the offense will look to respond after the sack.
2 times.
Let's go. Ohio.
3 down.
Flex round. Let's go. Flex round. 38.
13.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to be marked down deep in Dallas territory. and now we get a peek at some of the top players here for this Madden Ultimate Team matchup. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis ready to go in the booth. We hope you're ready to go at the controls. Let's play. Well over 100 million people watching around the world. Welcome to you all. Super Bowl 52 underway from Minneapolis. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Here we go.
The play clock's running down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Boom, that's what I'm talking about, baby. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
26. 399 and 399.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Play clock winding down. Coleman now. And he will force his way forward for a yard or two, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Left coming.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now Rodgers. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 17 yards to pick up there.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
A 3rd and inches, you pretty much expect to see straight-ahead runs, and this one doesn't quite go that way. And it certainly didn't help him trying to pick up a first down.
Yeah, tried to get to the outside, lost yardage. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line.
Double tight. Double tight.
Dot. White 20. Hardball.
3 down.
White 20. Dot.
And able to find a little space, he gets this up over the 15 to the 16. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
They don't want it.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Woo! Let's get it.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to have a 3rd down. They got the ball to the outer third of the field, but they could not seal that edge and lost yardage.
And I love how you brought that up because sealing the edge is often a function of the offensive tackle on the line of scrimmage, oftentimes a tight end, maybe your H-back, someone to set the edge at the line of scrimmage to give them a spot to get to. If you're not able to do that, you're not able to turn the corner.
11 yards for number 11.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Now they'll run it on the toss.
Check. Motion out of backfield.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
Second and very short here, less than a yard. Now they try the right side here, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield, but I bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down." They love being physical.
Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Orlando in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down.
Watch
Super
tight.
one.
Tight ends right. Watch tight. Tight ends right.
Maverick Walsh.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, we got 4. We got 4.
Here we go,
fellas.
Like 20.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. They'll try the air now with Goff. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
Super 1.
20.
3 down.
Tula.
Joker. Watch
Like
safety
54.
creep. Watch safety
Yeah.
creeping. Safety's creeping.
Value 3.
Out of the gun, Goff.
He's coming.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And a great spot to start this drive from here.
26.
Kill.
Send it in. 319. Hey, check 26.
Scoop.
Callie. Strong left, Callie.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And the ball is knocked out, and this is picked up by the defense. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
And oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back at the 46. That one good for 10 yards. And that's going to bring up a third down.
Super one. Value, kill.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Super.
Check.
Now Tomlinson on 1st and 10. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Double tight.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We'll come back on Super Bowl Sunday after this. Fresh set of downs here.
Double tight.
White super. Zero.
3 down. Odd.
The tight end changing his position. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Double tight.
Dot. White 20. Clock.
3 down.
Now they try the right side here. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Merlin.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. And they're trying to line up quickly here. Goff urging them on. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Super.
Hey, 4 down.
Tomlinson. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Now Goff. Now he'll escape to his left. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up. Lions kick is good. And it's 3-0 here in the second quarter. So they kick it through to take the lead. There is a little bit of time left, though, here in the second quarter.
And while they're concerned about not giving up a big return or giving up points themselves going into the half, how good do they feel, though, putting points on the board themselves right near the end of the first half?
I know when I joke about you guys skipping halftime, sometimes you get frustrated, but this is the Super Bowl. You got to watch the halftime show of the Super Bowl. All right, let's get you to the third quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And here now the offense heading back out there. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The number 1 overall pick, Myles Garrett, showing why he was the number 1 pick as he gets him behind the line.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
White 20.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Just beating the play clock is Goff. Dancing to his left. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. That goes for a gain of 31. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7.
Tight end right.
Super 1. Super.
Hey, boys, we got 4 down.
Well, now they'll try the end around. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there as that one is going to blow up in their faces. They'll wind up losing 11 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Super. 6 guy. Check 6 guy.
Dot.
Hey,
White
watch
20.
that, watch
Super.
that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Dot.
From the gun, here's Goff.
You go tight. You got tight.
Eluding the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Demarcus Lawrence in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
Tell me.
that's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
No. 319. Over. Green 19.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
34's Mike,
30. He's coming. Check him.
From the gun on third down, Rodgers. And Graham's got it, complete. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit at the 36.
Yeah, baby.
They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Strong right.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Strong left.
Time running out here on the play clock. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Reset. Tight right.
Yeah. Strong right.
Check 37. Check 37.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Hey, watch the right.
Slant. Reset. Hey, easy.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Whitney Merciless coming in from that outside linebacker spot to bury him for a loss of 7. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
Wild Bill.
Check 30.
34. Mike, 34.
On second down, here's Rodgers. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player? Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And they'll start the drive here with an end around. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
We got four down.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. That second down run, a big help as 7 yards leaves him with just a 3rd and 3 now. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And this is going to be incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Over the middle, complete. It's Adams. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play out of while you've got them rocked on their heels.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. And he'll give it here to his running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
We got three down. Hey, fellas, we got 3.
Time for a break. We're back to perhaps crown a champion after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. Strong run, but still wrangled before reaching the 20. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Now here's a timeout coming on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. And Zerline's kick is good. And we are all tied here in the final stages. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. We've had some wild Super Bowl finishes recently. 49 in Arizona, 51 in Houston. Now this one. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
Nice solid game there, partner, but the clock is starting to become his enemy.
Absolutely. Every second right now, more and more precious as it ticks. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Short gain, last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
You just watch 88 over there. Just watch 88.
Now it's gone.
We got 3. We got 3.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
2 tides, 2 tides.
Dot. White 20. Super.
We got 3. We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
Value 3. Value 3. Hard ball.
Under crunch. Under crunch.
Now gone.
25. Check 25. Check 25.
He sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that could be used against them.
Goff now to throw.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Safe.
Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Let's get off the field.
Super. Super 1.
Check.
Super
Lucky.
1. Alf, we go.
They go ahead and snap it. Gone.
Check. Fresno.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And now back out comes the offense. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Tight ends on the Ringo.
Hey, kill.
Back to the ground, this time with Tomlinson. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. And again, worth pointing out, we are in uncharted waters here. A Super Bowl game, never gone to overtime, but here we are with a title on the line.
And one thing I know that we share, we come at things from an optimistic view. So I certainly hope that this game gets decided by someone being a hero, making a big play, as opposed to someone being a goat and really making the wrong one.
Absolutely. The temptation to go for it, probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
And he's into the end zone. Move over, James White. You've got a new rival.
Touchdown!
Charles and I settled here in the booth. This should be a fun one. Madden Ultimate Team matchup as you get a look at some of the stars here of today's game. Let's get right to it. Greg Zuerlein now. He'll handle the honors to get us started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Let's go! Blue!
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flush to his right. And right away, he lost the football. And the Cowboys have recovered.
As you and I both know, one reason teams script plays to start a game is so they can practice them ahead of time. I will guarantee you that fumble was not in the script.
You don't think they had fumble written next to play one there?
No, that was never in the script because they want to have good memories when they go into a ball game, not something that could have gone wrong.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. He's tied right there,
319!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Tight end, 319!
Four down. Alert.
Rodgers to throw on second down. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
We got 4. We got 4.
Zoom. 319,
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on third down to bring up fourth. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So they recover the fumble in plus position, but they can't go anywhere. In fact, they go backwards, but they do get a field goal out of it.
They'll take the 3, but in a lot of ways, they feel like they let themselves down by not capitalizing, and they definitely let the defense down for getting the key turnover.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Watch tight end.
Let's go!
Three down,
Boom,
3 down.
50, half!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play.
As far as tight blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. Flushed out right. Tries to force it to Megatron, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Night Train Lane. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Brandon, I'm not going to tell him that you called him old in our pregame meeting, but this guy has been around a long time. If there's a trick in the book, he knows it. He probably even wrote a few chapters, and this is what he's always had, and that's a nose for the football. He's able to come away here with the interception.
They'll run it now out of the gun, and he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Khalil Mack's starting to get a really big-time reputation as a pass rusher, and rightly so. So explosive off the edge getting to the quarterback, but he doesn't neglect his run duties as well. How about that tackle right there? Such a package he has, able to play the run and the pass so well.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Tight end left.
And the play clock's running down. They'll run it now out of the gun. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
And, partner, in a lot of short yardage situations, you'll see the linebackers step up into the gaps, what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, to make sure they take away all spaces, all creases. That one worked really well for them.
Now only needed a yard, instead went backwards. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it.
Over.
Big edge.
I think probably just trying to draw them off there, it didn't work.
And defensively, that's what you work on all the time, being in that spot and being able to not jump and give them the yardage that they were desiring.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the...
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. 4 down.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Gordon. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
Single.
Let's go.
Watch 85.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Tight end right. Hey, guys, check me out.
Let's go.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10.
Pump it up, baby. Let's get loud. Get up, crowd. Get up.
They still can't. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Mike Singletary. Able to get in and bury him well behind the line for a loss of 17.
Strong right.
Half. Let's go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Check 24.
And the catch made by Johnson. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped the yard or two short, and it's 4th down.
Let's go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Forced out to his left. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on fourth down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, third down situation, big third down alert, lock in here, fourth down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Now he's forced it, and I think the ball's out. And this one's going to go out of bounds, so no recovery, but on fourth down, a change of possession anyway. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Rodgers now to throw on second down. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. So 1:56 to play in this first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. Always got some breathing room. Past the 20. And it's a huge return as he brings this all the way back down to the 15-yard line. He already had the one fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different at that position.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
The best play callers in any league know how to break their tendencies. They study themselves, they self-scout, and they realize most of the time you don't call a draw play on 1st and 10. So every so often you insert that play just to make the defense think, even if it's not successful.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Mike Evans from 17 yards out, and the Cowboys will add on to their lead. That's why you've got... Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Zerline out now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Johnson's got it complete. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Let's go.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Chief linemen might have moved.
Squeeze, squeeze, double, double. Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
Let's go.
So the D-line's going to spread out. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Melvin Ingram. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Let's go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Uncorks one for Davis. He's got a man, complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's
Let's go.
right.
Back to throw now on first down. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. 6-time Pro Bowler Calvin Johnson, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
Check the backer.
Let's go.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
They'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Gordon. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Fields right. Fields right.
D2.
Come on,
D2. Let's go. Blue 50.
They'll throw now on the final play. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Woo! I know you feel that.
Second down following the run.
Tight ends on the loosey. Tight ends on the loosey. Tight
Play
ends on the
clock
loosey.
winding down.
4 down. 4 down.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
And a long way to go for the offense here on second down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Man left, man left.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now Rodgers. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him to first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Time running out here on the play clock. They'll run it now out of the gun. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And you know, all the teams say, we're not going to let him beat us. No, that's exactly what's happened here. They've lived up to that.
To throw is Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. Hard throw, incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%.
Let's go!
He'll drop to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Let's go!
On 3rd down, here's McCoy. And some room to work. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Mike Singletary in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
All day, baby. All day, all day, baby.
Let's go!
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Dancing to his left. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Brian Dawkins, the safety, with a pick. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100-1. And it's not looking good for him here.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit.
Tight left. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Key him. Key the tight end.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he's got a little daylight.
Go, 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 go.
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis ready for this Madden Ultimate Team matchup as you get a peek at some of the big players in today's game, and you're a big player in today's game as well. Let's get the party started.
What up, fucker?
It's the team of the 80s versus the team of the 90s. The Niners, the Cowboys. They're under.
Nah, he got a William Jackson.
Fielded
That's
about
his
a
top
yard
third. I don't think we should have a problem with this one.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard
man.
line.
I don't even know. Yo, I finished that whole bottle. I don't even know how I'm here right now. Nah, but yeah, I
We got three. All right, here we go. Three.
like yeah.
Young on first down.
Got
And
him.
eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. J.J. Watt in there to drop it.
Nah, I will say
And a
though.
loss of about 8.
No, that JJ is pretty good. Sneaky good.
Alert.
I'm telling you, I'm drunk as fuck right now. I don't know how any of this is happening.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's got some space here. And he'll get this past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play. And just like that, it's third
Oh
down.
no, yeah, we got this. But yeah, I mean, no, for real though. If you want to carry the rock a couple times, you know, I'm good with it. I don't got a ball hog. Give me that. Oh.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Now that's a great opening series defensively. You force what should be a 3-and-out on your opening
I mean,
possession.
I'm fine with it, but, you know, I mean, I'm trying to be fair, you know, it's team play, you know.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fielded just inside the 30. That's a 41-yard punt,
Oh, yeah.
4 yards there on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Nah, yeah, you're good. All good. Like I said, I mean, my offense is pretty simplified. I don't try to do too much. I try to keep the simple basics. You know, I ain't trying to do too much crazy shit.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Well, yeah.
First play of the
I mean,
drive,
I
let's get credit all
don't, and I
around.
play straight up.
Excellent
Like,
blocking,
I don't
but
do,
He
like,
was the finisher. A really nice run.
cover 3 beaters and all that kind of shit. I play straight up. You know?
And he'll push
So,
this forward only
if
to
you're
about
going,
the 42-yard line. He could muster
oh yeah,
a yard
no
there,
doubt.
and they'll be left with a third and
I'm a
very
Steelers
short.
fan, so this is
Well, the
perfect.
coaching staff's doing a good
You
job
know,
upstairs.
I'm
They'll
gonna
file
run
away, but they
this
just
rock.
opened
I'm
the
gonna try
defense
to
right
play
there. They sold out to stop that running play.
good run
I'd say keep that in
offense
mind.
with a little
They
bit
wanna
of
try that
pass,
again, get
and
play
then
action, hit 'em
hopefully
over
the
the top.
defense takes care of the rest, which it has.
The play clock's running down. Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Officially a gain of just a yard.
Oh,
there,
yeah.
but they
I
do
mean,
convert on 3rd and inches.
That's what it's about. Like I haven't had good user skills in a long time.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Okay.
Play clock winding down. They'll run it now out of the gun.
Oh.
And he'll be
I
taken
should've
down
tucked
just
him.
shy of midfield. 5
I
yards
should
on
have
the
took
carry.
him.
Good pick
Now
up
they're
on
playing
first
aggressive
down.
too. I should be able
Exactly
to
what you
maybe
want
hit
on
him with
first down
a
run. Pick up 5
out
yards,
route.
bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out leverage
Yeah,
the
they're
guys
playing
up front because the
man
offensive
blitz.
line is winning at the point
But
of
yeah, I
attack.
mean, like I was
And
saying
after the play on the
earlier,
ground, that brings up
I
second
gotta
down
get
here.
acquainted with who's who. But I know I was telling somebody that I normally play better on the
Shotgun
wide
now,
receiver.
Rodgers. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. And they're able to get this one down to the 25.
Oh, okay. So
A very
that's
solid
all
gain of
danger.
27.
An
Okay.
ex-teammate used to tell me all the time,
Yeah.
I hate
Yeah,
experienced
normally,
quarterbacks
like,
because no matter
I'm
what,
okay
you really
at
can't hide
QB.
what you're
I'm
doing.
alright,
And I
but
think that right
when
there,
you
he
get
knew
me on
right
that
away
wide
where the blitz was
receiver, I
coming
will
from,
make shit
where his
happen.
primary
Like,
guy was going to
I
be,
will
and
shake
he would end up going to a
any
secondary
user,
target
any
for a nice
computer.
I'm just going to ask you, that
It's
wasn't the
alright.
primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. That'll bring up second down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free.
Yeah.
They try
I
their
mean,
best
that
to find
Super Bowl
someone
game
open,
that y'all got
they
was,
took away
that was
every
tough,
passing
though.
outlet,
I mean, they
every
had a good
angle, and
defense,
shut the play
so
down.
I really had to take what they gave
Run
me.
it now, out of the gun.
Oh, holding.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty
Yep.
flag.
Oh, now it's Walter Jones.
So he was holding from that left tackle
Normally I
position.
play with my
Everyone
line
tries to keep
aggressive.
their
I'll play it
hands
all
inside
game.
when
I don't
they're
give a
blocking
shit.
ever since they liberalized the rules
Like,
where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide.
pretty
and they get
much.
protected
Yeah, I
because
might
of
get
Goff.
like maybe 2 or 3, but for the most part, they hold that shit down.
They'll run it now, out of the gun. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15
Oh no!
at the 16-yard
If you got like
line.
your line, if
It's
you
a pickup of
really
19
invested in
yards
your
on the
line,
play.
like
And
they
that'll
won't
make it
hold
3rd and
as
1.
long as you have like 98, 99s all across the board.
Offense walks to the line for play number
Oh, okay
7
then.
of the
Yeah.
drive. Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. And with a flag down, he goes down.
They're probably
So
gonna
they're
take
able to
the
sack
4th
him. Now,
down.
the penalty looks like
If
it
they're
could be
smart.
holding. Let's find
Okay,
out.
there you go.
So instead of giving them another
They
3rd
suck,
down,
though.
they'll decline it, brings up 4th.
Now that's
They're
smart
not gonna
football
move the
right
rock
there.
either.
You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job defending that penalty.
And the first play,
Yeah,
will be a field
Incognito
goal
was
try. Right
the main
hash mark,
culprit.
a 42-yard attempt. And Zerline's kick is good.
Yeah,
And the Cowboys
yeah,
are
he
gonna
got
jump
it
out to
pretty
a
much
3-0
like
lead.
99% of the
So
time,
after
and now
slogging through
that's
a
the
scoreless
first time I ever
we
seen
have
Walter
action
Jones
on
get
the
it.
scoreboard. A field goal makes it 3-0.
Ever,
Well, with
honestly.
these two offenses, we weren't going to stay 0-0 forever, were we? I'm not sure that this opens the floodgates, but I doubt that's the last score
Yeah,
we're
I
going to
gotta
see.
check my head. I mean, he's probably
Out on
the
field
best
now,
left
here
guard
come
I
the
ever had.
49ers. And the last drive,
I
their
had
first drive,
that
3 and out.
Kalichi,
What changes here, if
O'Smelly.
anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have,
The
they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt, they're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Yeah.
Looking for a seam,
Nah, but this
finding
defense
none.
is
He'll
on
get back
point,
to the
though. I
line of
mean,
scrimmage, and that's
you got
it.
the cover 3,
No gain on
the
the
cover
play
2
there,
working,
second down.
and then,
And that run was
yeah,
memorable for only one
I'm pretty
reason. There was
good
absolutely no
with
place
this.
to run with the football.
It's good,
No
it's
gaps,
solid.
no creases, no gain.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
They'll run it now, out of the gun.
Really? I mean, I couldn't tell, because, I mean, off the first game you played, shit, I feel like as long as you don't throw more than one pick a game, your offense is good.
And he's a guy that has a bite to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact,
Nor do I.
makes it a lot easier to
I don't do all them beaters and all that,
and make
so
runs we
it's
just
pretty
saw
much
there.
going to be short to mid-range.
Young now from the gun on third down.
Yeah.
Slides to
And
avoid the
that's
maybe
that's
not
what
exactly what they had
that's
in
what
mind, but
you
that
need though.
scramble
You
good
need
for
those
6 and a
concepts.
first
So
down.
the one play
When
that
you
I
watch film
run,
of this game and hand out the grade
it's
sheets, he's
all
going to really like getting a
conceptual.
double
So I
plus on this
gotta, if
play.
I don't have one
Why?
thing that
He
I like,
scrambles
then I'm
and
gonna
picks
just
up
go
a
to the
first
next.
down. But what else
Why
does he
is
do?
this Walker doing
Protects
pretty
himself
good?
by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big time play.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a
Yes.
2nd and 3.
He's gonna get popped.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals,
You
doesn't
got
it?
depth.
Want to impose their will on the defense? What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way
Might
it's
throw that
working,
over.
they may just stick with
No.
it. On 3rd down.
Oh,
That's
damn.
Walker, and able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Herschel Walker. What is this? Is this who I need to get?
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
Damn.
Tight ends on the Ringo. Hey.
Uh,
Three. We got three. 3 down.
Yep.
2 minutes
See,
to go
like,
here
I had,
in the
like,
first
every
half.
running back in the
Back to more
game
NFL
at this
action
point,
on
and I'm
EA
like, the
Sports
only one that I
after
can
this.
bet on, I mean, it took a couple of betters because I'm under this whole conspiracy theory that if you get the wrong card, you're going to get, like, it's going to be
I do
shitty.
know from
Because I
experience
had
that when you
Jerome
slow down
Bettis like
someone's
3
running
times
game,
now,
you're
and this
not
is
doing
the
the
best
dictating
Jerome
on
Bettis I
defense.
ever had.
And guess what? Now you're getting
He
ready to tee
doesn't
off on your
fumble.
quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Back to throw.
Give me that.
Young, looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
This is such a good read defensively.
But yeah, nah.
They know that this offense is going to try to get the ball to their playmaker in space. So what do? They crowd him and send bodies at him. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Watch tight. Tight ends right.
Alright, let's see.
Tight ends right.
Hurry up. Tight end.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers.
Got the block.
And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And he
I should have kept running.
A really good pickup of 28 yards.
No, I didn't think he was going to win like that.
They just lost him. He was waving his arms saying, I'm wide open. They found
Damn.
him.
Yeah, this is the concept that I run pretty much. I mean,
Some
it's
guys,
real
right
basic.
off the line of scrimmage, they declare themselves open. Those guys throw the one arm up,
Right.
hit me right now. In this case, he was so wide open.
And no
Ooh.
escaping this time as he'll go down. They're
Yeah,
down
it's
for a
like,
sack.
now
before this 2nd down play,
Oh,
we'll get
yeah.
whistles
I mean,
and a
as long as
timeout. As
the,
they'll talk things
I try
over
to
prior
fuck
to
with
this
the users
upcoming
on that
2nd
one,
down
like on
play.
the Adams route, like, I mean, if you're using, that's cool, but I try to get them with
On
that.
2nd down, here's Rodgers.
Got him.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he gets this one all the way
Hell
down
yeah.
inside the 20-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of sort of working with a budget offense. I don't know. I had a really good offense, but I had to sell my defense a couple of times
They'll
so I
run
could
now
run
out
it.
of the gun.
Because
Pushes
people
way down
just
to about
couldn't
14.
couldn't call defense for a while, so I had to take that over, and then I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Most people in this game can't even call offense, so I had to buy an offense again, and I'm like, okay, so I'll call that.
See if they stay
I'm not that good at offense. Like, if we play a really, really stout defense, it's going to be kind of like that Super Bowl game where it's like really, really tight.
And after the good game,
Well, I mean,
it
still was 3-, what was it, 9-3 with the
lead to a 3rd down.
I mean, it's a win, but that shit was tough.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Easy.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Flushed out right.
Oh, I was holding too.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down.
might
So hang
decline
on.
it.
A
That's
big
fine.
call coming on third down. Umpire through the
Oh,
flag.
he didn't
Usually
decline
always
it.
indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
He fucks this
On
up.
third and long, it's Rodgers.
Oh,
Pressure
okay.
applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back
Cool.
at the 33-yard line. Robert Ayers with a big-time sack on third down, and it'll be a loss of 7.
Oh, he blocked it. Oh.
This one right down the pipe. But hang on, a flag is
Nah, you
down.
can decline
If it's
it.
on the defense, they might decline it and take the points.
That's a win.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain.
I definitely
Charles and
didn't
I
go for that.
return after the break.
I might be under the influence, but I ain't
Lutz
go
now
for
to
it.
kick this one away.
What? What?
This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about
my
one
girlfriend
of my favorite
got me in
subjects,
trouble.
tendency breakers, or counters, as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else. That was a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a
Oh, boy,
one-yard
that
gain.
sounds like, yo, if you want to beat the monsters, all you got to do is just think this,
Now out of the gun.
goodness. Oh, how was that not a
It's a
truck?
9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down.
Oh, that's not
I wonder
bad.
if the defense
Nah,
might have
it's
been
still
loosened
on,
up a little bit, maybe
conservative,
anticipating the
right?
pass instead of the run that they got.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first
It
on the
does.
ground.
Nah, that was mainly because of conservative, though. I normally play on conservative once it's already over.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Yeah, he's,
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you
doing
want to
this,
call it,
man blitz
7 yards
now,
on first
so I
down,
might be able
that
to
fits the bill.
sneak in that out route.
2nd down following the run.
Look at this.
And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
I was going to
So
do it,
second down,
too.
3 yards
I
to
think
go
he's
now.
still going to man blitz, so I think he's scared.
Now
Yep.
they'll throw with Rodgers. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Allen. And he's brought down. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to
They'll need to get the play off quickly. On first down, Rodgers. Wide open, it's Allen, complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. That one goes for 24 yards.
Yeah, my bad. I meant to say, too, if my mic starts messing up and it sounds
So
like
here we
really
go,
loud,
first and
like a
10
helicopter sound, that's me.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
It will do it from time to time.
Check, check.
Time running out here on the play clock.
That's,
They'll run it now out of the gun.
oh,
And it'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
But that call makes
that was
sense
my
because
bad.
they've been throwing
Yeah,
it well on this
that's up.
drive. And
I
once
do
again,
do
they show
that,
pass
though. I'll, like,
information,
I
showing the
see something I
shotgun,
like,
and
and
then
then I'll
ran
just
out of
switch
it.
to
That's
it
a
at
nice
the
play by
last
them
second.
defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Rodgers to throw on second down.
Got it.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Keenan Allen, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown. Because the field goals means they got in range, but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between
I tried to throw it.
Go down.
Tried to throw the R1.
The 11-yard line.
Well,
I'm like, yo, gunslinger.
And ended up getting none
I'm about to
because the quarterback had nowhere to go.
I'm about to sell this Rodgers, though. As soon as Dante Culpepper, the ultimate legend, comes out, or somebody with, like, a fast QB and a conductor, like, he's on.
Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half.
Like so many of the people I play with do, they rock
get some momentum here in half 2.
They cheered up Rodgers, and then
for them.
Like,
and you know what,
a disappointment
they
to me.
discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play.
I don't know. I need better accuracy out of him.
No, fumble. It's out. It's loose. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
So they almost turned it over there. Scary moment. Second down here. Looking to throw. Young. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
I need to
It'll be a pickup.
I need to upgrade my receiver board too. I want to get that new Dwight Clark though, the box out of one. That was
They've
too
been
fucking
okay,
lazy
2
to
for
get
3
it
thus
myself.
far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to have the first down.
I had that Julio, and I sold his ass.
Give him 3 yards
same
and a
day I
fresh set
got
of
him.
downs.
I played like 5 games with
That's
him,
a tremendous
and he
group
was
effort
ass.
there, because when you
He
talk
dropped
about
every
offensive
single
lines, the
thing
best
I threw
ones,
to him.
talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were.
I mean, in this game, though, like, you're not supposed to get good, like, receiver play the way this game works.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
I mean, I never played much like that. I only played Madden when it had team play in it. So the last Madden I played was 25.
But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front.
This is all new to
He loses
me.
the football a second time, but fortunately he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free.
Getting no fumbles back.
What's
I
that
don't know
panic
why.
that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
Check, Patriot! Now let's go! Detroit! Watch him now, Barney!
On 3rd down.
Nope.
It's
Oh,
Walker.
he got it.
And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. The job 1 to pick up the first down is complete. That was a big 3rd down conversion, but they got to watch the clock. It's starting to become their enemy a bit.
With the R1?
Which means they have to pick up the pace, right? The tempo has to be up. And what they do is they tell the quarterback in his helmet, hey, listen, when we pick up the first down here, tell everyone we're going. We're moving now to 2-minute offensive phase, and everyone on the bench area, they're waving them along too. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's get it.
Watch him now, Barney! Back there in Philly! Here we go now! Detroit! Leopard!
Now Young.
Got him.
On 1st and 10. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Chandler Jones from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8.
Keep running that clock.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47.
Clocking your damn self.
It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down.
And that's another stop for the defense. Something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went
Yeah,
backwards.
so
It's
that
third and
post.
very long.
Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down.
Time for a break. We're back to finish this
Ted
one off
Johnson.
after this. Need something from deep
I'm
in the
waiting
bag
for
of
that
tricks
post.
here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Back to throw.
Damn.
Young. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Chandler Jones
Is
in
it?
there
Damn,
to
yeah,
take him
that's
down,
serious
and
too.
the
It's
clock will
playoffs.
roll. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense.
Yeah.
As they stop it prior to
'Cause
what
I
would
think
be an important fourth down.
Nah, I'm 7-1. I just
All right, they're going to
keep
try
going.
and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're
Nah,
going
but
for
this will
it.
probably be my last one because I know if I play another one, I'm probably gonna fall asleep like a dirty hobo drunk.
Now a desperation throw
Give me
deep
that.
downfield.
Oh,
And
oh,
that is
okay, that works
incomplete.
too.
They had to go for it with such little time.
Oh. Oh man. Yeah, I want to play one more, but I know I'm either gonna fall asleep or really start playing shitty. You said what? Yeah, 'cause I know I'm about to fall asleep. But nah, good games though. Yeah, good team up though. That was good one. We went on a 7. It was a 5 or 6 game run straight. Yeah, that was good. Good stuff though. I'll catch y'all later. Oh yeah, good games. Good night.